This is Chris Grumbles with the New Hypnotists. Today we're going to do a session on hair regrowth. As you can see, my hair could use a little bit of regrowing. I'm going to be listening to this myself once a day for the next 2 months. I recommend if you're looking for hair regrowth, you do the same thing. So let's get started. What I'm going to have you do first is go ahead and close any other browser windows that you have open other than this one. I'm going to do some hypnosis with you. You're going to have your eyes closed, so you won't need any other browser windows. You won't want to check your email or have somebody on Facebook decide to start chatting with you. So close all those browsers. Close any applications other than this one. And turn off your cell phone, or at least put it on vibrate. Carve out at least 30 minutes for this session so that you can get the full experience of it. All right. So I'm going to jump right into the hypnosis. So why don't you go ahead and close your eyes, relax, and begin to just focus on your breathing. Focus on the way the air moves into your lungs. Take a deep breath in, completely filling your lungs with air, and hold it. And exhale out all that tension. Just let it go as you completely relax your entire body, letting yourself sink farther down, relaxing deeper and deeper, turning your thoughts inside and breathing in and out, expanding your chest, exhaling, relaxing even deeper as you take each and every breath, beginning to relax yourself, beginning a cycle as you go through, relaxing more and more, running it through your entire body. Go ahead and start with the top of your head and begin to feel the top of your head just begin to completely and totally relax. Your head can begin to send out waves of relaxation as you go deeper and deeper inside, relaxing your entire body, letting your head just smooth out all the little lines, all the tension in your head smoothing away, relaxing it as it goes down into your forehead, relaxing even more, letting your forehead feel as though the entire day's tension is completely just gone and relaxed away as it goes down along your eyebrows and around to the back of your head, just begins to melt and relax completely, totally, relaxing deeper and deeper. That's right. As that tension relaxes all the way down out of your neck, the back of your neck, beginning to feel that tension just go, and your head might even drop a little bit as you relax farther down. And just letting yourself breathe deeply all the way in, letting all the tension relax out as you exhale, completely relaxing your entire body. And each time you breathe, remember to let yourself just relax a little deeper, a little farther down. As that tension relaxes out of your shoulders, just seems to drain down through your arms, through your fingers, and all the way out, just draining out of your body, relaxing every muscle on the way, letting the tension just relax out of your back, seeming to almost start a little buzz down your back as it relaxes and go all the way down now, deeper and deeper and farther down as you let your body just begin to feel wonderful as it relaxes, completely finding yourself deeper inside, deeper relaxed, and begin to notice little waves of relaxation beginning to wash over your entire body, from your head all the way down your neck, your back, beginning to feel those waves, almost like you're laying in a beautifully sunny day at the beach, laying in the ocean, completely floating, on the waves as they wash over your body, just relaxing them completely and totally, letting your muscles just let go. When was the last time you completely relaxed yourself? Just take a moment now to find any tension that's left in your body. Find any little bit of tension. If it's in your legs, if it's in your toes, just let it go. Just wiggle it a little bit. Move it just slightly until the tension completely drops out of it. And you feel completely and totally relaxed. Completely letting your body find that place of deep relaxation down inside. Imagine yourself stepping into an elevator. And as you step in on the top floor, you go and press that button to go down one floor, or down any number of floors, all the way down, maybe down to the bottom. And you press that bottom floor button and notice that indicator at the top of the elevator, and you just kind of stare at it as it says 10. And the doors close, and you feel that little weightless sensation as it begins to drop down, and your unconscious can just begin to notice that elevator floors 9, relaxing even farther down as you just let your body completely and totally relax, completely and totally letting go 8 times deeper as you let your legs feel that relaxation, that almost weightless sense of relaxation begin to take you down deeper. 8, 7 times deeper. 6 floors left as you continue to let your unconscious come up to the surface and relax you even farther down. Your body just beginning to feel that weightlessness all the way through it, beginning to almost feel as if you have no weight at all because you're so relaxed, so completely relaxed. 4, your body to go down into a deep state of complete bliss and relaxation 3 times more deeply. Every floor takes you down another level, down another set of relaxation for your entire body. To relax even farther, moving 1 more floor before you reach the bottom. And let yourself drop into that wonderful state of relaxation as the elevator just halts down, and you hear that ding as the doors begin to open, out onto a beautiful, beautiful green lawn, lush, thick, and completely covered in green, thick grass. And as you walk out onto that lawn, feeling the sun beat down on your head, beginning to feel it tingling at the top of your head where that sun is touching it, beginning to feel that warmth of growth feeling on the top of your head, and all the way around. And you begin to think just how that lawn was way back before now. When it was first planted, if you ever planted a lawn, you start with just dirt. Just yards and yards of dirt, and sprinkle some grass seeds on it. And then for a couple weeks, there's still just dirt. And maybe every once in a while you'll see, after a few weeks, just a little sprout. Not thick, just one, and then maybe a few inches later another, and then a few inches later another. And then you see as it goes forward, maybe 3 or 4 weeks out, you begin to notice almost the entire lawn has been covered. And some of the grass is thin, some of it's not quite more than even a sprout yet, but it's beginning to grow more and more. They're less and less far apart, they're denser, they're beginning to grow thicker and thicker together, and more pop up as it creates that lawn, as it grows down into the ground just as much as it grows up into the air, and creates a system of roots. beginning to lodge itself deeply in, beginning to create a network of grass, growing more and more. And the seeds that you planted aren't even a tenth of the grass that actually grows, because it begins to create a network underneath the grass. In the soil itself actually creates a network of roots that it's impossible to pull out. Even if you pulled out a piece of grass, a few weeks later you'd start to see another pop up in its place. Because that's what grass does. It just grows denser and denser. Because even if you mow it, even if you cut out a piece of it, it's just gonna grow back. I used to weed gardens with my parents' farm, and every time I pull out a piece of grass, it would grow back. Every time I tried to get every little last piece of grass out of that garden, every time it would come back, stronger, thicker, more resilient than ever. Because that's what grass does. It's just the way it is. And inside, you begin to walk on that lawn, farther and farther out, just letting your body completely relax, deeper and deeper, letting it just relax yourself completely, totally, as you continue walking and noticing that every once in a while, have you ever noticed getting a little too stressed out? Have you ever thought that you were maybe tearing your hair out, or getting so stressed that you were stretching yourself thin? Now I want your unconscious to listen closely to that as it goes inside and finds that stress that takes root, and pull that out and let the grass begin to grow over top of it. Just find that one root and let your body take care of it as you relax down deeper, pulling out those weeds of stress, letting them go outside, letting your unconscious begin to create a regrowing of your hair. Because anytime you get stressed, your unconscious begins to grow more, begins to create that network, that mesh of hair, and let it grow more and thicker and deeper. Now I want you to just imagine a time, go back, maybe back when you were a teenager, when your hair was growing quickly, growing so much it was almost hard to tame. If you ever had long hair, I want you to just let your mind float up out of your body and just float back and go back to that time now. Just go back to that time, maybe when you were a teenager, or maybe even before that, where your hair was long or thick or nice and healthy. I want you to just let your mind begin to float back to that time now. Float back and back and back, farther and farther, until you know you have that time right now. And I want your mind to take a snapshot of that. Take a snapshot not of what it looked like, but I want it to take a snapshot of the way that your body was growing it. Go back and find the chemical compounds, the hormonal conditions, all the things that made it grow so strong, so thick, so wonderfully lush, that it was just perfect. I want you to go back to that time and let your unconscious take that snapshot. Just begin to take it and begin to draw it now inside. Drawing in those compounds, drawing in those hormonal conditions, drawing in all the things that made you able to grow that hair right now. And you can, let your unconscious do that. Let your unconscious find that condition and begin to recreate it in your body. Begin to find that condition, find that perfect set of chemical compounds that makes your hair grow, and begin to produce it inside just like it used to. Because what it did, it can do now, can't it? Because your unconscious has infinite potential of the ability to do the things that it used to do, because it already knows. And it already learned how to do it a very, very long time ago. And it can begin to do it again right now. Begin to create the conditions. Because every time that you begin to get stressed out, it goes back and recreates those conditions. Anytime you listen to this audio, it redoubles and recreates the conditions even more strongly. It finds new ways to grow your hair completely, thickening it, reopening those pores. So your mind may not know this yet, but it creates, when your hair thins, it creates smaller pores. And what I want it to do now is open them up wide. Begin to imagine as if every hair grew up through those pores and opened them even wider. Letting your unconscious begin to open them up, just like the grass pushing up through the ground, through the dirt. It just makes it through. It forces its way upward through your scalp, out, and begins to grow even thicker, because where one hair grows, more begin to grow around it. More and more, all the way around your head in those perfect spots where you want the hair to grow. I mean, I want you to imagine your perfect hairdo, and imagine letting your unconscious mind know just what it is that you want your hair to be. Right. Now visualizing its thick, strong, sexy hair, easy to maintain, easy to style, right on the top of your head, right in that area that you want with that perfect hairdo. Letting your hair grow to that specification. Let your unconscious take that blueprint, take that exact model of what you want your hair to look like, and begin to create it now. And you can begin to even experiment a little bit like a mad scientist, mixing different chemical compounds, mixing hormonal conditions that let it grow perfectly, taking that snapshot of when you were a teenager and moving it all the way through to now, right where you are, beginning to come back, draining that knowledge, draining that old pattern back into your body, back in, so that your hair begins to grow thicker, more strong, sexier than it ever has before. Because it's going to grow even quicker now. It's going to begin to grow at an accelerated rate, because every time that you listen to this audio, and every time that you listen to anything that mentions regrowing your hair, just like that, regrowing more and more your hair. Every time you hear regrowing your hair, you begin to grow it even faster. It begins to expand, begins to become thicker, begins to grow more and more layers of hair on top of each other, and begins to become easy to maintain too. Because it's amazing what your unconscious can do when you give it the chance to completely and easily repattern your entire unconscious as you grow thicker, stronger, more sexy hair, and letting your unconscious just begin to refocus yourself. Listening to this every day, and you'll feel that draw to listen to it. I want you to be drawn in so that you can and will listen to this and begin to regrow your hair each and every day. Each day, I want you to notice what's different. Now, it may not be different for a day or two, or even 3 or 4. It might even take a week or 2 weeks, just like that grass growing up in the lawn took a few weeks before even the tiniest sprout came up. But as soon as it does, and it will, because your unconscious has been listening and creating that perfect hair blueprint for yourself, and beginning to let that sink in, almost as if you're rubbing a nutrient cream across your hair, letting it grow itself more and more. Regrow your hair right now. And as you notice the lawn beginning to be right now thick, lush lawn, you can see the sun reflecting off of the lawn as it just looks so inviting. And you know that your unconscious will create something just like that. So I want you to just let yourself begin to wake up. Begin to wake up. As I count from 1 to 5, you're going to wake up 1/5 of the way with each and every number that I count. Letting yourself remember all of these suggestions, remembering them completely, and letting your unconscious mind follow them more and more each and every time. So 1, beginning to feel your toes, begin to feel that energy released into your body. 2, beginning to feel your scalp begin to become a little bit itchy, almost as if it's growing something inside. 3, feeling that energy come up all the way through your body, all the way from your legs up into your chest, up into your eyes, begin to open. 4, letting that energy flow through your entire body, letting the energy flow more and more, releasing it, relaxing yourself completely, but letting yourself become completely awake as well. 5, completely awake, completely aware. If you haven't opened your eyes, go ahead and open them. Feeling good for no good reason. So I hope you've enjoyed this presentation of hair regrowth. Like I said, I'm going to be listening to this once a day for 2 months. I recommend that you do the same. I would love to see some comments about how well this worked for you guys. And I will be doing a follow-up video on how well it worked for me.